Throughout history, there have been some terrifying serial killers, their stories told through the years. However, a lot of them focus on the guys, so I'm here to show you that there are some spine-chilling female serial killers. Amelia Dyer, also known as the Reading Baby Farmer. Although she was tried and hanged for only one murder, claims state that many other victims died by her hand in Victorian England. As a nurse, she specialised as a baby farmer, someone who welcomed infants into her home and received payments for care and wet nursing. But Amelia never took care of the children. Instead, she let them die by negligence and pocketed all the money. Nanny Doss. This killer's victims are those who are close to her. 4 out of 5 of her husbands, her own mother, her sister, her grandson, and her mother-in-law. She was renowned for her arsenic-based killings throughout 4 states and earned the nickname the Giggling Granny due to her tendency to laugh merrily during interrogations. Juana Barraza, also known as the Old Lady Killer. Juana was convicted for the death of 11 elderly women, and it's expected that there are likely more. A professional wrestler, Barraza had a troubled childhood with an alcoholic mother who let a man have sex with her for beer. Barraza's deepest resentment towards her mother resulted in the brutal murders of solitary old women, whom she also robbed. Today, she is serving a 759-year sentence in a Mexican prison. Jane Toppan. Jane Toppan confessed to 31 murders, and she was not found guilty by reason of insanity. Jane was a sadistic nurse who manipulated hospital records. She took to experimenting with morphine and atropine on her patients. After administering a lethal dose of drugs, she would sit and hold her patients until they died. Jane claimed her goal was to have killed more people, helpless people, than any other man or woman who ever lived. It's no wonder she got the insanity plea. Elizabeth Bathory, also known as the Blood Countess. Elizabeth was a Hungarian noble who is historically one of the most ruthless killers in European history. Between 1585 and 1610, she is known to have tortured and killed around 650 girls, mostly teenage lower class. Though she managed to escape execution due to her nobility, she was forced to remain in a castle for the rest of her life, and a brick wall built in front of her door. Muga Ishikawa, also known as the Demon Midwife. In Japan at the end of World War II, a midwife carried out a truly disturbing act. Along with accomplices, Muga Ishikawa murdered about 103 children. As she saw it, the children of poor people had no chance in this world. She was simply putting them out of future misery. Even though she only received a 4-year sentence for her crimes, her killing spree remains the bloodiest in Japanese history. Aileen Wuornos, aka the Florida Highway Killer. Between 1989 and 1990, Aileen Wuornos murdered 7 people. Aileen supported herself and her lover, Tyria, through prostitution. She claimed her murders were carried out in self-defense against men who were attempting to rape, but the court felt the bullet-ridden bodies told a different story. She was executed by the state of Florida by lethal injection in 2002. Her last words were, "I'd just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day, with Jesus, June 6th, like the movie, big mothership and all, I'll be back." It's been 13 years since then, so I assume she may have gotten lost. Dorothea Puente, also known as the Death House Landlady. This killer earned a grisly nickname because of the heartless crimes she carried out in a Sacramento, California boarding house. Over the course of 6 years, Puente poisoned numerous elderly and mentally disabled boarders in order to collect their social security checks. Her sole motive was money. Leonardo San Sione, also known as the soap maker of Correggio. Leonardo was the idyllic, typical Italian housewife. She baked tea cakes and made homemade soap, except her recipes included a secret ingredient: human flesh. When she heard her beloved son Giuseppe was about to be drafted into the Italian army, she believed that the only way to protect him in battle was by human sacrifice. So, between 1939 and 1940, Leonardo murdered 3 women in Correggio, Italy. She would offer her victims a glass of drugged wine before killing them with an axe. She then cut up the corpses to make tea cakes, which were often served to her family and friends. As for her soap, she and her husband used it for bathing. Mary Ann Cotton. Cotton, throughout her time, murdered 3 husbands, 8 of her children, a lover, her mother, and several of her many stepchildren. They all died of stomach ailments, which of course turned out to be arsenic. It was found that she was poisoning them in order to get insurance money. Mary Ann Cotton was hanged in 1873. She ultimately died not from her neck breaking, but by strangulation caused by the rope being cut too short, possibly deliberate. She lives on to this day in a creepy nursery rhyme that begins, "Mary Ann Cotton, she's dead and she's rotten." Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this week's list, and if you did, leave a like. While researching this list, it's scary how many female serial killers are of multitudes of babies. But if you're a guy and you think you've gotten away scot-free, well, you just wait to see how the male counterpart goes if I make it. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, subscribe. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.